SynerScope provides advanced BI big data analysis software that directly allows the actual domain experts and analysts to make sense of their big data. We'll show the seamless integration of SAP HANA and SynerScope. The data that we're looking at is about flights. That's airports and the flights that connect these airports. All of the data is from tables that we get directly from tables and views, calculated views in HANA. These views have columns that we're going to use, and these columns have attributes. These are the attributes that we've selected to use for our airport descriptions. And for our flights, we have selected these attributes from SAP HANA. As you can see, it's quite a set. Flights connect airports with airports, and which airports we specify with these two attributes. Let's define the scope of our investigation. We define that we're only going to look at flights that are between this and that date. And we're only going to look at flights performed by a carrier that is equal to Southwest. And we only look at nodes that are airports. Let's count how many things we're looking at now. So you can see how quickly that went on SAP HANA. It's about 90,000 flights. We've just defined a view, a perspective on the data in HANA. We can make a number of different perspectives. But for now, let's go with the perspective we just saw. So let's import it from HANA into our visualization tool. There it is. Here you can see the traditional table view of the data, which is connected to the other views. For example, the network view. The network view has our airports that are connected together with links that represent the flights. These are the two-hop connections from the first airport we selected. And these are the flights in and out of Houston. We aggregated them by city, as you can see. But we're going to add extra aggregations, for example, by state. Let's put the city below the state aggregation and see what happens. So now we can see two aggregations in the network view. We have the aggregation by city, and we have the aggregation by state. Let's look at some numeric data. This is about length of the flight. These are the short flights, mostly within the state, and these are the long flights, mostly between the states. When we select something, you can see that the selection is actually communicated to all the views. Also, for example, to these map views. So the long flights are mostly from the East Coast to the West Coast, or from the West Coast to the East Coast. What we can do now is zoom in on the current selection, which removes all the clutter. This zooming is actually passed on to all the views. Not just the visible views, but also the invisible views. For example, here are the delays through time. When we go back up and show everything, you can see all the views go along. Here you can see the arrival delay through time. There are some humps, but one day really stands out. Let's select it to zoom in a little bit. We use the same drill-down operation to remove the clutter. In the network view, Baltimore stands out because many of the delayed flights are from Baltimore. You can see as the evening progresses, the delays stack up. And at midnight, there's a drop in delays, and then it goes up again. In the map, you can see a very dense area where all the delays center around Baltimore. Now, let's look at the airplane that's delayed. Here's a web page showing a picture of the actual airplane that's delayed. You can get live information from the web about any of these flights. Here's the airplane of that flight. Just touch the flight and the background information is at your fingertips. So there you have it. Seamless integration of interactive visual analytics and SAP HANA with SynerScope.